50 families from Jubic to benefit from the first set of houses from Venezuela to be set up in Granby. A recommendation to permanently relocate Kulibistri people living in flood-prone areas, plus a significant investment in ICT for Dominica State College. I'm Thurs22ndOct2k15News of the Channel 5 News. Details up next. Welcome back. First up in the news, the first 50 Venezuelan-funded houses are here and plans are in progress to put them up at Granby. The area where Granby's Agricultural Center is located is the site chosen for some of the 300 petrocasas promised by the Venezuelan government. Those will go to the people of Jubic, who had to leave the southern community since the passage of Tropical Storm Erica. Most of them were relocated to the Granby Community Center. The entire population of 137 residents had to be relocated. 37 houses were either damaged or destroyed there. The petrocasas arrived here on Tuesday.
Based on our schedule, we are hoping to have the first 50 houses done within a 3-month period. Of course, but it will be something done incrementally. The production facility that the contractor is contemplating is to start with 3 houses at a time, with the intention, at least by the week, we should have, say, about 10 houses worked on. The actual road network, the water services, the lights, and of course these days, going forward, we have to think of the internet service as well. So all the requisite utilities has to be taken on board. So to ensure that we'll be making an immediate start with that project. Another 250 petrocasas are waiting to be shipped from Venezuela. All the 300 houses cannot be shipped all at once. So they're in lot size of 50. So we have had the first 50 already. We're going on with that in Granby. The site we're looking on right now can accommodate up to about 115 houses. We're still in the planning stage because some of the houses may be of bungalow type, some would be of different areas. But it might be some at Granby and some at elsewhere. But those we're starting up right now is definitely at Granby. Meantime, 10 potential sites have been identified to relocate displaced storm victims, with Petit Savan and Jubic as priority. Stretching from as far north, where we call the region of Cotton Hill, that's in the Portsmouth region. And we also have, coming from Portsmouth, the Platma Pier, which is in the area of Collyho. We also have the Warner Flats, that's in upstream of the Jimmy housing area. And coming down, all the way down to the south region of the country, we're looking at potential areas of Bellevue Chopin. We're also looking within the La Plaine area. In other major developments, the parliamentary representative for Kulibistri constituency has recommended that his constituents living near the river and at other flood-prone areas be permanently relocated. Mr. Hector John told Channel 5 News between 15 and 20 houses were affected after the river in the heights of the community went through residents' homes during Storm Erica. The people of Kulibistri have to be brought into discussion with the relevant authorities. There are some places in Canal, Plaza Wheel, right where we are. They had about 5 homes there. They all got destroyed. So they will not be getting money they will not give them money to build back on the riverbank. Also, not only in Kulibistri proper, but Lagumbe as well. Lagumbe on the other side, some homes got affected there and they are in the flood risk. We have to look at areas where they can move to. The discussion of Monrachet, Batali Estate, Grand Savan, and somebody said Mont Blanc as well, can be looked at in terms of relocating people. John says formal consultations are required with the community involving government agencies such as physical planning, housing, public works, and environmental health. We have had some different activities here where I mention it, and I've mentioned it to people who got affected directly. I've been mentioning to them we have to start looking at relocation. If you want to rebuild their property, we have to start looking at that. The local government officials we have with us, myself, Glenroy, Coffee Roberts,
Barbara Daru. We all have been speaking about it. So I'm the village council chairman as well, Mr. Erickson Robinson. So it's a discussion that has started, but it has to move one step further.
He says he would like the authorities to consider retaining walls as a long-term plan for Kulibistri.
On several occasions in Parliament, I have raised the concerns of retaining walls in Kulibistri, rebuilding them or strengthening them. And we will use what happened in Mawa as an example. The retaining walls they built in Mawa along the river. It protected a lot of homes and properties and families. And Kulibistri, I'm not saying that it would have protected everywhere, but we would have some properties being saved.
Kulibistri is a special disaster area.
My view about the relocation, I don't have a problem with that. A lot of people are bombarding us with, oh, we can stay there because there is disaster anywhere and everywhere, all kinds of disaster. But then when I look at here and I see it just turned to be the riverbed, you know, I just feel, well, I would be happy somewhere else, not close to a river, not on a slope. For one, my daughter said she don't want to live there again, and I cannot force her.
In other news, more surveys will have to be done to determine whether the people of Petit Savan can return to live in that community. Nevertheless, assessments after Storm Erika have dismissed any consideration one may have of settling back there.
Assessment of the area is that it is unsafe. There are issues with regard to slope stability. As a matter of fact, a survey of landslides nationally was done, and the survey indicated that the area with the greatest density of landslides is actually the Petit Savan area. Not only just this number of the landslides, but the sheer size of those slides. And one of the things that we notice is that the soil is highly saturated. You can actually see water just oozing out of the soil, even on a day where there's no rain.
First responders had reported crossing some 200 slides while maneuvering through the community hours after the August 27th storm. Lancelot says he and the team from the Ministry of Public Works have traveled through the entire community to assess the situation.
Though we didn't witness any slides taking place while we were there, but the risk is very much present, and we do not advise that people go through them, take the area for granted and just go back resettling there. We can only speak to what we observe now. What we have also advised is that we will require additional geological scientific research to be done in the area to be able to respond to your question as to when we can allow people to resettle and what measures may need to be taken if that possibility is deemed to be okay.
On the legal side, the father of the late Lisa Peter of Portsmouth has obtained a court injunction seeking to prevent the state from carrying out an autopsy on her body.
Peter died at the Princess Margaret Hospital October 14, days after being admitted. Her family described her death as mysterious and is reportedly seeking answers. She was pregnant at the time of her death. The court ordered that the administrators and medical staff of the hospital immediately stop an autopsy on the remains of Lisa Peter. The court also ordered that there be no action or procedure commenced or continued on the said body and/or remains. The hospital was to await the arrival of the independent pathologist Dr. David Gaskin to observe the autopsy. The court also ordered that the body of the deceased Lisa Peter and any part thereof, including the fetus of her unborn child, shall not be removed from the hospital morgue or disposed of in any way. This injunction has been adjourned to and shall remain in force until Friday, 23rd October 2015. Meantime, Channel 5 News can confirm that the hospital has proceeded with the autopsy in spite of the court order and the injunction. Tiali Bihanzin is lawyer for Michael Peter, the father of the deceased.
You are watching Channel 5 News. Coming up, independence activities being used to raise Erika recovery funds. That and more when we return. Thanks for staying with us. Government intends to spend over $100,000 towards a wireless program for the State College. Lurian Graham Carter has more.
Minister for Information, Science, Telecommunications and Technology made that announcement on the final day of distribution of over 1,800 tablets to students of the State College. Distribution of the tablets began a few weeks ago and culminated with the Dominica State College.
The government has invested to the tune of $114,918 for wireless broadband and 2 internal fiber links here at the Dominica State College.
This program should enhance the technological capabilities of the Dominica State College. The One Tablet Per Child initiative is a Venezuela-funded program and was initially a promise made by the Labour Party administration during the election campaign of 2014. The minister told the students to consider themselves fortunate and challenged them to be innovative.
The opportunity now presents itself for you, the young people, to form groups and become skilled in the area of fixing these tablets when they go wrong. If these tablets become defective, you can now have a market to get employment for yourselves, to develop the skills and abilities to fixing tablets. A lot of times we go on social media and on the internet and we download a lot of stuff. But we have to focus more on uploading stuff. That means you become creative, you become innovative. Dominica has so much to offer. Make videos, upload it on YouTube. And I'm sure that with your creative abilities, you can get these videos on YouTube and people can see what Dominica is about.
Over 8,000 tablets were distributed to students around the country. Lurian Graham Carter, Channel 5 News.
DOWASCO has cautioned that any heavy rainfall could undo the work already done to restore water to most parts of the country. Andrea Louis has that story.
During the passage of Tropical Storm Erica, the company's water supply network was severely damaged, leaving many communities without pipe-borne water. Since Erica, a lot of work has been done to restore pipe-borne water to several parts of Dominica. The hurricane season runs from 1st July to 30th November every year. General Manager of the Dominica Water and Sewerage Company says another event like Erica could cause massive damage to the progress made on restoring the water system thus far.
Most of the restoration works that we've done to date are temporary works. We would expect that if there's any serious rainfall going forward from now, that a number of those systems will be interrupted again. So in spite of the temporary works, we have budgeted for major works. We have done the estimates for the major works that are to take place to restore those systems to full capacity. And that sets the cost somewhere in the region of $50 million. So finding that money is going to be a difficulty for the DOWASCO. I'm sure the government will assist, but we don't expect that this money one is going to come up with overnight.
Etinoff says the company is working to have a more permanent restoration structure in place, but this will take time.
We're just cautioning people that we have restored water in most communities, but most of them are temporary restorations, and we still have to go and spend quite a bit of money to make those more permanent. The difficulties are not over. We can experience, as I indicated, interruptions because the systems are temporary. So we still need to exercise patience. But DOWASCO is doing all that it can with the assistance of the government to restore all water systems on a permanent basis.
Despite the temporary water system, the quality of water being provided by DOWASCO post-Erica has not been adversely affected.
The water that DOWASCO provides is treated. And we continue to test our water on a regular basis, and the water quality is no different now than what it used to be prior to Tropical Storm Erica. Or the water test results will prove that. I'm sending the test results for the Soufriere Scottshead area, today to the parliamentary representative who has requested that. And we've done a comparative analysis with way back as December 2014, and there's really no change in the quality of water that we provide.
The damage caused to DOWASCO's water system by Tropical Storm Erica cost in the region of $50 million. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
One of Dominica's independence activities to raise funds for victims of Tropical Storm Erica has been launched.
The Art and Craft exhibition opened at the Old Mill Cultural Center in Canefield Wednesday. This is one of the scheduled activities for this year's independence calendar as the country celebrates a more low-key independence anniversary. Tropical Storm Erica's impact on the country forced the government to divert much-needed resources to rebuilding the country's infrastructure. This has inspired the theme for this year's art exhibition to be Erica.
One of the ways to sort of come to terms with that situation is to express ourselves. And this art exhibition is one of the ways that we can express ourselves, express our emotions about the passage of Tropical Storm Erica and the interpretations of that passage and how we reflect it in art.
Proceeds from the art exhibition will be used to assist those who were affected by the tropical storm.
For 2015, our art and craft exhibition takes the form of an art competition. The decided theme is Erica. Tonight, 3 artists will be awarded prizes of $1,000, $750, and $500. And all 3 winning pieces will be auctioned. All proceeds will be donated to the Relief Fund, the National Relief Fund.
The top 3 pieces of artwork from the exhibition will be auctioned off and the money donated to the National Relief Fund.
Aaron Hamilton, first prize. Let's give him a big round of applause for that. In second place, we have Mr. Petros Miza. And in third prize, we have our very great sculptor from Antrim, Mr. Roger Burnett.
Art is seen as a long-standing and creative way of recording history, and the effects of Erica captured in art can be used to remind future generations of past events.
Art is being used to bring artists together to create shared memories of a disaster and possible hope for the future. These works of art are crucial to building a collective memory of an important event which took place in Dominica. These paintings are enduring windows into the lives of ordinary people who were affected by Tropical Storm Erica.
Dominica's 37th anniversary of independence is being celebrated under the theme, Rebuilding Dominica Together.
We now join Laurie and Graham Carter in the Chit Chat segment.
Joining us for this segment of Chit Chat is Mrs. Carrie Charles Thomas, who is the PRO of the Creole Industries Trade Expo coming up tomorrow. Tell us about that.
Good evening and thanks for having me. Well, tomorrow the NDF will be hosting one of the greatest events for the year 2015, and that is our Creole Industries Trade Expo. We'll be giving our clients, stakeholders, and other partners an opportunity to showcase their products and services to the entire Dominica. We'll be starting from 8 o'clock a.m. and we'll be ending at 8 o'clock p.m. And during the day, we'll have a packed program for you. We'll have entertainment from our cultural groups. We have one of the greatest domino competition coming up, staged by our Kubuli-based sponsors. During the day, we are asking all interested domino players to register at the NDF's booth to participate in that competition. I am inviting all Dominicans to come and celebrate our Creole Industries Trade Expo with us.
Okay, well, there you have it. And just a reminder to our mapping customers, Mapping 2K4 will also be there to accommodate our customers who are unable to attend the NCCU Calypso show, which is coming up month-end. So here you have it, Creole in the Streets, tomorrow, Friday, October 23rd. Back to you, Iduna.
The sports highlights is next.
In cricket, Sri Lanka amassed 200 runs all out in 66 overs in day 1 of their second test match against West Indies on Thursday. Shawanda contributed 68 runs for Sri Lanka, including 6 fours and 2 sixes. Taylor caught Shawanda putting a stop to his batting. West Indies scored 17 for 1 after 5.2 overs and trailed by 183 runs with 9 wickets remaining in the first innings. Brathwaite and Bishop contributed a partnership of 9 runs not out, while Hope was out by LBW by Prasad. Warwick claimed 4 wickets for West Indies, while Prasad claimed 1 for Sri Lanka. Meantime, Pakistan scored 282 for 4 after 90 overs on Thursday. Misbah-ul-Haq scored 102 runs not out and Shafiq 46 runs not out for Pakistan. England came 4 for Pakistan's wickets, with Anderson, Ali, Wood and Stokes taking 1 each for England. In more cricket, West Indies women won by 109 runs when they scored 281 for 5 to beat Pakistan women 172 for 9 after 50 overs on Wednesday. West Indies women captain Stephanie Taylor overwhelmed Pakistan women with an impressive performance to contribute an unbeaten 98 runs. Pakistan scored 172 for 9, with Khan contributing 73 runs. And India won by 35 runs in their 4th ODI against South Africa on Thursday, closing the game on 299 for 8 from 50 overs. Kohli scored 138 runs for India, contributing 6 fours and 5 sixes. The caught Kohli putting an end to his batting. Villiers was caught by Dhoni after contributing 112 runs for South Africa. Glenn Etienne responds to concerns made against the Dominica Football Association DFA. Etienne says DFA is dealing with the completion of the Goal 2 project, and despite public opinion, things are progressing satisfactorily.
Erica came and we had some little issues with the stadium, with the Goal 2 project, where we had some leakage. So what we have since done was put a technical team together, a technical person together to give an assessment. They have done that. So we have reported that cost into FIFA.
He added that with any leadership position, criticism is expected and he is not immune to it. Etienne said there are other things that require immediate attention and DFA will continue to do what is in the best interest of the sport.
We have also submitted costing for the Bath Estate ground, and maybe it's very expensive, I must say, maybe a wall or Gabion basket. We've also submitted photos of the playing field in Granby. So we have done our work from our end.
Repairs to football fields affected by Erica and the Goal 2 project are expected to cost about $2 million. In more football, the annual secondary schools football championships will start on Friday at the Benjamin Park in Portsmouth. The Portsmouth Secondary School will play against the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School when the schools under 15 team play each other from 2 p.m. The second game will be an under 20 match between the schools at 3:30 p.m. The Pottersville Savannah will see a clash between the Pierre Charles Secondary School and the Dominica Grammar School in an under 17 match. Also at Pottersville Savannah, St. Mary's Academy will take on Castlebury Secondary School in an under 17 match at 3:30 p.m. 9 secondary schools and the Dominica State College are registered to take part in this year's championships. Benedict Joseph House of the Dominica Grammar School was last year's Bolorama champions. Goodwill Secondary School won the under 20 category, with the Dominica Grammar School winning both the under 15 and under 17 titles, and the Portsmouth Secondary School winning the 13 and under championships. And finally, a Hungarian coach is in Dominica helping to introduce the sport of beach handball. The handball expert works with the International Handball Federation. He started training coaches and officials in beach handball at Meru on Thursday. The sessions are expected to last 4 days to end on Sunday.
I am coming to hold the beach handball course for the coaches and for teachers. I am nominated by International Handball Federation. I have 16 years experiences.
After the training exercises, the International Handball Federation is expected to host a tournament for the national team in Dominica. Meantime, President of the Dominica Handball Association says he hopes to launch beach handball in Dominica soon. Felix Wilson says following the certification of the coaches and introduction of the sport to Dominica, he wants the local team to compete regionally and hopefully at the Olympics level. That's all for Sport Today. Join us tomorrow for more sport highlights. Your weather report is next.
Good evening, Dominica, and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I'm your presenter, Marshall Alexander. Again, we begin by taking a look at earlier infrared satellite imagery. What it showed is this area of convection associated with a low-level trough which continued to affect the southern portion of the region. Taking a look at earlier visible satellite imagery, and what it showed, multi-layered clouds across the Lesser Antilles today. Taking a look at earlier radar imagery, and what it indicated, scattered showers across the island chain during most of today. Tonight's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with a few scattered showers. Similar conditions can be expected tomorrow with winds coming from the east near 20 kilometers per hour. Sea conditions are expected to be slight to moderate in open water with waves peaking near 5 feet. Conditions for the next 3 days: partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a few scattered showers expected tomorrow. However, as we move into Saturday and Sunday, an increasing cloudiness and shower activity with also isolated thunderstorms expected. Therefore, persons in areas prone to flooding, landslides, and falling rocks, you're advised to exercise some caution. Conditions for the rest of the Caribbean: tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers expected across the central and northern portion of the region, with some thunderstorm activity expected across the extreme southern portion of the island chain. For international cities forecast, clear skies can be expected in New York and Beijing, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers expected in Miami, cloudy skies expected in London, and some thunderstorm activity can be expected in Caracas. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:59 a.m. and sunset at 5:41 p.m. Please remember that we are in the hurricane season. For more information, you can call the weather hotline at 447-5555 or visit our website at weather.gov.dm. Thanks for viewing. Have a good night.
To end the news, the headlines again. 50 families from Jubic to benefit from the first set of houses from Venezuela to be set up in Granby. A recommendation to permanently relocate Kulibistri people living in flood-prone areas. And a significant investment in ICT for the Dominica State College. Let us know what you think by emailing us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also check out Marpin's YouTube page for our past newscasts. On behalf of the production team, I'm Idona John Baptist. Thanks for watching. Join us again tomorrow.